What's going on, everybody? Richie Rax here. It's week 2 of the NFL season. Saturday, so the Thursday night game has been played. No Broncos, no Chiefs to talk about. I debated whether or not I was going to do a segment on defenses because it's kind of hard to predict which defense is going to have the best week since it's largely touchdown dependent. And you're hoping for a pick six or a kickoff return or a punt return for a touchdown. These things are just hard to predict. Then it got me to thinking about strategy. I was going to talk about that. And then I figured, I might as well get a few picks too. Why not? So, this week, let me just talk about my strategy real quick. When I'm picking a defense, I want my defense, first of all, I want it to be a good defense, obviously. I also want them to be going against a weak offense. Okay? And then I like them to have some type of punt return threat on the special teams. Okay? And this week, the defense that meets all those criteria is Miami's. They're going up against Jacksonville. They're playing in Jacksonville. The Panthers' defense special teams scored 21 points against Jacksonville last week. Jarvis Landry on Miami had a punt return touchdown last week. And the Dolphins, they're going to cost you the most money, $3,300, because they do meet all that criteria. Okay? Draftkings is smart. They know what they're doing. If you want the safe bet, well, I shouldn't say safe bet. Nothing is really a safe bet in football. But I think Miami has a good week. I think their defense is going to get you a lot of points this week. All right. St. Louis, the Rams, they cost $3,100 on DraftKings. Going up against Washington. Now, St. Louis has a stout front seven. They were able to contain the beast, Marshawn Lynch, to some degree last week. Held him without a touchdown. They had 14 points last week. The defense scored you 14 fantasy points last week, I should say, when they played Seattle. And this week, they're going up against Washington. And I think they're going to be able to contain Alfred Morris in a similar fashion like they did Marshawn. And I think they're going to be able to put a lot of pressure on Kirk Cousins. So, St. Louis at 3,100. I like them. And tell you, watch out. Watch out for Carolina. Okay? It's kind of a question mark. They got you 21 fantasy points last week, going up against Jacksonville. This week they're going up against Houston. Okay? The Texans are going to be starting Ryan Mallett. He's a gunslinger, man. He can really slang the rock. So, I might shy away from Carolina this week, even though they've had one of the better defenses in the NFL, especially over the last few years. They might be missing Luke Kuechly, their middle linebacker. Okay, highest paid middle linebacker in the NFL. Pro Bowler, $65 million contract. That's going to be a big loss. He's kind of like the glue that holds that defense together. At $3,100, I might shy away from the Panthers. I prefer the Rams at that price point. Yeah. the pick I really like. If you want to save yourself $400, you're trying to work a lineup. You don't got 3,300 left. You only got 2,900 left. I'm taking Baltimore. Okay, they're going up against Oakland. They're playing at Oakland. Baltimore, they had a rough first week going up against Denver, but they were able to hold Peyton Manning and the Broncos to 19 points. It was a close game. It was a crazy game. That defense is still good. Now they did lose Terrell Suggs. That's a big loss for them. They picked up Jason Babin. He's a former Pro Bowler, and they still got Elvis Dumervil. Okay, they're going to be putting a lot of pressure on Derek Carr. He had to leave that game last week through his hand. They still got a young offense, man. Rookie running back, rookie wide receiver as their number one receiving option. So, Baltimore Ravens, 2,900 at Oakland. If you don't have quite enough money left to get the Dolphins, I like Baltimore as the value pick. Yeah, guys. So that's my strategy when picking the defense. If this helped you at all, go ahead, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. All right, I'm going to be doing picks every week. Got new videos coming Tuesday. I'm going to be going over quarterbacks, wide receivers, tight ends, running backs, and defenses, I guess. All right, so you guys stay tuned because I got everything you need. Okay? Stick with me. We're going to bring this money home. Trust me. This is Richie Racks. Another edition of Richie's Picks. See y'all next time.